All right, hello and welcome to this video. My name is Wade Smith, and in this video, I'm going to talk more about Sean Strickland's fighting style, which I really like his fighting style. I don't necessarily like his attitude as a speaker, but I do like his fighting style. He's got one of my favorite fighting styles in MMA right now, and but there is what I think is a minor flaw in his fighting style. I'm sure he's got some reasoning for why he does this with his guard, but I think it's probably the wrong thing for him to be doing because he has been punished a few times because of it. But I like the fact that he usually works his straight kicks, the Duplessis fight being excluded. But he often fights with his front hand down, perhaps protecting his kidney and gut or something. I'm not exactly sure what his reasoning for, but you can get more power on your jab by punching from the waist, which is why in karate class we sometimes punch from the waist in kata or just basics. All right. But there's a different reasoning for why they do that. In a self defense situation, if you're caught off guard, your hands are already down by your waist because you haven't even had time to get your hands up. So it's beneficial to practice punching from the hip or from the waist. But in a prize fight, normally you already know you're in a fight, right? So just keep your hands up and you can still protect your stomach and your kidneys and your liver on the other side with your elbows and forearms and whatnot. So, in my opinion, I think he would be better off keeping his hands up in a more traditional boxer's guard and would be less likely to get tagged on the chin sometimes by the other guy's counterpunch. Um, Unless he's got some real reasoning for that he thinks is better off like that. I am aware that he does fight switch stance sometimes. He doesn't switch it up as much as someone like Adesanya or Usman, and neither of them switch up as much as I used to whenever I fought and sparred in the dojo and stuff like that. I switch stance so many times that I'm just trying to confuse my opponent and stuff like that. Um, but I do know that he can fight switch. He doesn't switch as much as some guys do, but he can fight switch. And so, unless he's got some superior reasoning that I haven't thought of for keeping his front hand, down like this, like I said, I do realize you can get more power punching from the hip than punching from standing guard, but I'm not sure what other reasoning he would have. And I still think it's worth it to already be up here ready to block a counter punch rather than punching from the hip and returning to the hip. But that's just, whatever. He's been number one in the world before, been the champion before, so maybe he has a reasoning for doing that. But the other issue, um, oh yeah, all right. So suppose you are in a traditional boxer's guard, and I'm in the orthodox position. I'm going to slightly turn my body. All right. Now, and you're fighting someone like Adesanya who likes to throw leg kicks, body kicks with roundhouse, and especially he likes to throw a lot of head kicks with his roundhouse. Well, you're looking roughly at his solar plexus or sternum to see which part of his body is moving and from where. And then out of the corner of your eye, you see that his foot is starting to move. So you know he's fixing to throw a roundhouse kick. All right. You know that roundhouse kick is coming. You don't yet know immediately that in that instant whether it's going to be low, high, or middle. But you can go ahead and just instinctively drop your standing guard about an inch and bring your knee up to your standing guard and make a wall here. If you guess wrong and he's actually going all the way to your head, your hand only needs to come up an inch or two to block it anyway. So you're fine. You may as well leg check and make the wall. And so your kidneys, your rib, your stomach are fine. You leg check so you avoided getting hit in the thigh in case he was leg kicking. And then if in that last instant you realize he's going all the way to your head, you still have time to raise your hand an inch or two back to guard your head. So, and then when that head kick does come in, here's the thing. This is why I virtually never throw head kicks, even though I can get my head kicks up to head level still. For every degree you go above horizontal with a kick, you lose about 1% off the kicking power. All right. So by the time you get to head height, even if you're really good at it, you're losing 75 to 90% of your kicking power. All right. So when that kick comes in, you can easily change from this Goju double bone block. Don't do a Isshinryu single bone block against a head kicker. You'll get your arm broken. Okay. Block with both bones in the meat of your arm, a Goju block. And then once you stop most of the power, turn it into a Isshinryu block and grapple that kick and bring it down here and go for the figure four ankle lock and you can literally just fall on your own back and put a leg triangle around his leg and then roll to the outside, do an outside heel hook from here, and just roll like an alligator several times. And either he's going to tap or it's going to dislocate his hip. And that's what I would do to Israel Adesanya if I were you, Sean Strickland, the next time you fight him. But you've already beaten him. But if you ever fight him again, keep that kind of technique in mind. Just literally catch his leg out of the air, figure 4 ankle lock, and then fall down and leg triangle his leg and roll to the outside of his body a couple of times, and he'll either tap out or it'll dislocate his leg. And that's how to beat him in 5 seconds or less. Let's see. Because that is the flaw that you already are aware of, that he throws way too many roundhouse kicks. All right. And then I think I already discussed what you should do the next time you fight Dracus du Plessis, which is throw just way more straight kicks than you ever did in your life and keep the maximum range possible in the other video. All right. Thank you very much.